Ooh. And we're live. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance.
Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 bum.
Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I have Jay Nagy and I have Meat Spin Kevin. Meat Kevin decided to come onto my live stream today.
Yeah, my name's Meat Kevin. I sound prepubescent, but I have a beard, I swear.
Okay, Meat Kevin here. So Meat Kevin wants to tell us how to actually buy stocks because obviously we don't know anything. So welcome, Meat Kevin. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Damn it.
Should I buy your course, Meat Kevin?
I would say yes. That way I can put $8 million more in a Tesla.
Are you going to give me a 40% coupon that expires by next week?
A 0.04% coupon, but yes. I'm actually driving behind a Tesla right now.
Rear in that. Yeah, dude. I went on Army travel recently, and
on what?
Army travel on the reserves. I had to go down to Fort Jackson. I actually saw my first Tesla charging station. It was at a gas station. It was very interesting. Here's what I don't like about electric vehicles, okay? If you're traveling on the interstate and you need to stop and charge, right? Or you need to refill your gas tank. Well, for a gas tank, it takes like 3 minutes and you're refilled. With a Tesla, you got to sit there and plug it in and wait like, 30 or 40 minutes? Especially if you're on a rush. So it's like, screw that. I'm not buying that garbage.
And the infrastructure is not even set up to support them. What are you doing, dude? You masturbating back there or something?
Yes.
You start dipping or something?
No, I actually quit dip. Did I tell you guys that?
Yeah, I quit everything too. And now I'm in the process of whitening my teeth, get all those fucking cigarette stains off of them.
Oh yeah,
you need to white. You definitely need to whiten those teeth.
Huh?
Jason, it's cool that you're quitting smoking. I'm starting to smoke.
You don't want to do that.
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one thing. That's the one habit I would tell everybody to avoid. It's the most pointless habit.
Oh.
What are you doing when you get drunk? Having a good time. What are you doing when you're smoking? Giving yourself cancer. What's the point?
Well, I see it as like, think about all the money you spend. Like if you buy a pack every few days, think about how quickly that adds up.
Dude, it's super expensive. I was paying $4 a day for dip.
Yeah.
$4 a day.
If you invest the money that you would have spent on tobacco over the course of your life, by the time you're 67, you will more likely than not have over $1 million.
Hold on, Jay. You need to clarify. It's what you invest in. Preferably an index fund, right, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
If you buy Tesla stock right now, no, you're not going to have $1 million by retirement.
Oh, dude, fun fact, all my index funds are at least 5% up.
Yeah,
I know they've been going up it's like every freaking day the index goes up, but you got all these clown stocks that, especially all the high growth stocks, they've been flat or going down over the last couple months.
Here's the problem, though. Can the Fed even realistically end quantitative easing? That's what I've been reading more about. They keep talking about tapering, and I'm like, well, governments around the world are so indebted right now. Could they even feasibly stop quantitative easing? Because if the interest rates go up, they have to pay higher interest on the money they borrowed. So it's like Peter Schiff is hyperbolic about a lot of things. I don't agree with him about gold. That's because he just sells gold funds. Those Freezy Pops, by the way, are delicious.
I got them when I was sick. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. But here's the question: what can they realistically even quantitative ease?
Yeah, I mean they're kind of trapped because if you stop buying, if the Fed stops buying bonds, interest rates go up. I think they're the only thing propping. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't looked, but I think they're the only thing keeping interest rates low because who else is buying bonds? I mean, I guess if you're old and you need stability, okay, you can buy some bonds, but I feel like the Fed is the main one that's propping up the interest rates or keeping them down.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing, man. I mean, like I know they're in there, but if I'm gonna buy a bond fund, I would probably do what Vanguard recommends you do, but I don't need my money for 30 years. So I don't have any bonds in my portfolio. And when people try to tell me I need bonds, I'm like, why? The stock market will recover if it goes into a recession. Even if it's,
I mean, I would say you probably need them. Like, I'm going to start getting a little bit of bonds into my 45, 50 range. Just because if the market crashes, short-term bonds usually go up or stay stable. So it's just kind of like a buy the dip fund, and then you're kind of preserving your wealth a little bit.
No, I agree with you, but I'm so far out still. And oh yeah, dude, definitely, Jeremy LaBeefy. But no, if bonds paid something like 6%, like they did traditionally, I would probably have a 70-30 portfolio at this point in my life. But they don't. So I'm like, I forget who asked me that. They're like, what? Why? They're like, you're gonna put it. I think it was John asked me, you're gonna put any of your money in bonds? I go, why? They pay 1.5%. I'm like, if you just use dividends and inflation for the total world stock market, I'm already outperforming that easily. And I think there's less systemic risk to the world economy going to zero than there is the United States government. It's basically a pauper at this point, going broke.
Yeah, I mean, bonds are there to preserve wealth. And I actually disagree with a lot of bogleheads because they say to buy like the intermediate term bond fund, whatever that is. But if interest rates go up, that fund's going to get freaking hammered. So I actually have like all of my savings. I have it in short-term inflation-protected bond funds in my Fidelity account. And I have that there in case there's like a stock market crash. I can sell the bonds real quick and buy, the index. But I would rather have that because if interest rates go up, like pretty significantly, you're not going to get hit that bad if you have very short-term bonds.
I mean, even like with the bonds the way they are, like a money market account, some of them pay decent. I mean, what are you getting on T-bills right now? 1.3%?
Oh, less, dude, because I'm in short-term bonds. Actually, I'll check my yield right now in my Fidelity because I have a short-term inflation-protected fund, which that'll have a negative yield because it's inflation-protected. And then for the non-inflation-protected one, that's probably just a good indicator.
On, Turner.
V-tip. Just the tip.
I've got a couple bonds in my Roth. Not too many.
Do you?
Why? Yeah.
You're 21 years old.
Well, that's just like the way I set it up. All the index funds that threw in there, a couple of them were like two of them were bonds.
I know, but like what's the allocation of bonds in your portfolio?
Oh, it's not a lot. It's like 2.5% or something.
Oh, all right. I didn't know if you had like 20% in there. I was like, dude, why? You have so long.
Yeah, you're super young.
It's like 2.5%. That's just like when you set up a Roth on M1 Finance, it defaults like a small chunk of it to bonds.
All right, guys, let me show you something real quick.
All right, let's see.
It's gonna be really cool. All right, so this is what I have. I have this in VTIP, which is inflation protected. So if you look at the SEC yield, it's 0.49%. So it actually beats most whatchamacallit. It beats most savings accounts. And if the Fed does buy more bonds, I mean, you'll actually get some capital gains. But you see recently, you see how it's gone down? Because as interest rates go up, bond prices go down. So if you have long-term bonds or intermediate-term bonds, it's going to fall way, way more than this. So the thing you want to watch out for is duration. Let's just see if I can freaking find it.
Oh, I know. I'm experimenting with those in my M1 Finance account. I'm still setting up some more bogleheads. But, I mean, I just want to see what they do. So that's why they're in there.
Yeah, so they don't show the duration on Fidelity, so I'll just close it out. But basically, look for duration. Yeah. And the oops, I got rid of meat spin. And the shorter the duration, the shorter percentage your portfolio will fluctuate if interest
because
change.
you're taking less risk. So I mean,
I'm not a fan of intermediate bonds, even if it's got a higher yield. Not right now.
I mean, if you're going out 30 years on a bond, you're taking much more risk than if you buy a bond and it expires in a month. So of course you're going to want to be compensated, but you're not like back in the day, dude. Like even a simple savings account paid like 6% interest. Can you imagine getting like 5 or 6% just for having your money sit in the bank?
Yeah, I remember when I first started learning how to invest, I was looking and I was like, man, bonds used to pay 12 or 13%. Holy crap.
In 1980. And that's a huge problem because we ran into the inflation problem under Carter. Well, it's actually just because of all the spending from the Vietnam War and going to the moon. Nixon had to take us off the gold standard. But Paul Volcker had the nuts to just let bond prices rise, and they got up to like 15%. So they can't do that today because at the time in 1980, the U.S. was the world's largest creditor. Now we're the world's largest debtor because for some reason the morons that run our government got it in their heads that we can just print endless amounts of money because we're the reserve currency. But eventually, foreigners wake up to that. And they're like, hey, man, you guys just print money for everything. Like this is, and that's, I don't know. That's I don't think the United States dollar is the reserve currency in 20 years.
Oh, we just lost meat spin. Yeah, but what's going to replace it?
I think the most likely thing would be like a basket of currencies. I don't see any way around it. I mean, we're the least dirty shirt in the laundry, but I mean, at a certain point, I don't know what to do. Do all the governments around the world get together and say, okay, we spent ourselves into this debt cycle. This debt cycle occurs about every 80 years. We're just going to have to forgive all the debt. How does that work? It's going to take people way smarter than me to figure out. Because I'll probably, in 20 years, I'll probably be retired making stock videos and shooting guns. What do you think we should do about the reserve world currency? Like, I don't go back to a gold standard. I don't know. We have to set something. Seashells, truckers,
crypto.
Boots. I don't know what it is.
Jay, it's going to be crypto, bro. Bitcoin is going to be the new reserve currency.
Dude, imagine if it was and we were just sitting there like, does anybody not realize that this has no intrinsic value?
Dude, imagine how freaking pissed you would be, or we would be, if like Bitcoin went to like a $10 million and all the stupid Bitcoin clowns were rich.
Yeah, Jay, intrinsic value doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, but then even if they were right, and Bitcoin went to that, we would still be right.
Oh, we're right into infinity, but we can be right and the Bitcoin can still go up, you know?
No, I know. But if somebody was sitting around saying, see, you're a moron, you didn't buy Bitcoin. I go, okay, well, did you pay for that pizza in Bitcoin? Like, yes. Okay, Bitcoin is an infinite intrinsic value. You're a moron. You just paid infinity for your pizza. You know, so it's like no matter what, we would be right in that situation because, like you said, it would be a deflationary incident, which no government around the world wants a deflationary incident. Consumers don't spend.
I mean, if you're a creditor, you do. If you're a creditor government, maybe.
Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, my confidence in any and all confidence that I have in the people that run our government evaporated with the withdrawal of Afghanistan.
I mean, you know, just you were in the military. You know how dumb the government is. You know, the civilian side of the government's stupid. And I'm a government civilian, I know. The military, there's a lot of stupidity there. it's almost like nobody thinks at all. It's just kind of like, oh, wait a minute, this happened? What? It's just how it is. I mean, I'm not surprised at all that withdrawal was a freaking disaster.
I swear to God, dude. I swear to God, Jocko Willnick said it. I could have taken a bunch of kids that just graduated basic training into a room, and they would have called the general's plan. They would have said, you guys are morons. Like, first off, we're not going to have 2 airports. Gives us a reserve. Why would we, if we were going to have one, why would we give up the heavily fortified airport? Like, what sense does that make?
Oh, yeah, Bagram. Yeah, didn't they just, like, leave Bagram at night
they
or something like that?
They just left Bagram in the middle of the night. And, I mean, look, if the United States government is giving away M4s to the Taliban, I want a free suppressed M4. with a Leopold scope on it, dude.
Hey, all you have to do is go to Afghanistan. Okay, you could literally fly to Pakistan, rent a car, and just drive to Afghanistan.
I'll wait till after the podcast to go to Pakistan and rent a car to Afghanistan.
Well, okay, so I just wanted to highlight this comment. Is the interest in dollars or is it in more stable coin? Oh, wait a minute. Interest for stable coin. That's pretty sketchy, dude. If they have 8% interest,
yeah,
is that stable coin actually backed? You know, is it supported by something, or is it just, oh, we're gonna make more stable coin?
It's supported by Jeremy Lafouf.
Le Foufou. It's Le Foufou.
Le Beefy. Well, I mean, yeah, but if you look at Voyager, if you go and you look at, dude, they are just massively diluting the shareholders and increasingly negative cash flows. They'll pay that.
They're another fintech. I mean, like, what's so special about Voyager?
Nothing. I mean, it's like, you know, Square. We talk about it. We talk about it ad nauseum. Something needs to happen. Like, as long as the Fed keeps printing money like it is, we're going to have all these zombie companies propped up, and people are going to continue to call, you know, value investors morons because they're not just YOLOing into tattooed nutsack.
Oh, speaking of tattooed nutsack, just say some tattooed chef. It's nutsack, Arthur. It was delicious, just like the stock. No, it's Arthur. The food is like okay. I'm not going to say it's horrible, but it's not the taste of the food. It's the price for what you get. It's a freaking ripoff.
Tattooed chef is tasty if you have arms that are the size of Antifa.
Dude,
I mean, it's ridiculous. You have to be. Most soy boys have like liberal arts jobs. Like they can't make enough money to afford that food.
Dude, I ate a bowl of tattooed chef and thought there was 72 genders for 24 hours afterwards.
Dude, I actually had some tattooed chef, and I had some of the chicken, and it was good. But I'm like, why did I pay that much when I can just make my own chicken that's better?
Is it even real chicken? Because I thought it was vegan stuff.
Maybe it is. Maybe it was like fake, but I don't know. I just
dude, I think
chicken.
It's like, why would I pay you $5 when for $7 I can get an entire pack of drumsticks and cook them in the oven?
Yeah,
and that's actual food.
Well, even if you're a vegan, can't you just like make your own vegan food? Like, you have to pay $5 for a little thing of tattooed nutsack? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, break out the lawnmower, get yourself some dinner.
Yeah, right. Dude, I mean, Sven Carlin is a vegan, and he said that he wouldn't eat Tattooed Chef or one of those Beyond Meat, one of those stupid companies. He said he wouldn't be eating that. Like, seriously, what? It's why would you pay for that stuff? Who's going to pay for it repeatedly?
I feel like people are seeing it, and the reason it's probably sold out the first time they put it in the stores is people were like, oh, let me try this, see what it's like. And then, you know, after you buy it a couple times, it's like, why am I spending this much on this? And that's why I think sales aren't going to, you know, explode like LaFufu is saying. And even then, like, this company still has pretty low margins from my understanding.
Don't they have negative cash flow?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about like gross margin, like that. It's still pretty. Like apparently it's supposed to go up, but if gross margin goes up, they either have to raise the price even more or fix the cost of their food. So
massively competitive market, tiny market. I think if I remember correctly, I think that I read that it's like only 8% of the population is vegan. Like there's this myth out there that being a vegan is better for the environment. It's actually not, and it's a Western luxury.
You said 8% of Americans are vegans?
8% of people in the world are vegans, and that's mostly in the West, where you can get these soft, neat, safe illusions about what life is like.
So you mean to tell me 92% of the world is murderers?
Yes. And I'm happy to be one.
All right, cool. Just making sure.
Meat Kevin, you have meat spin. You have meat in your name. I don't understand what you're trying to say here.
Not that kind of meat.
Dude, you want to know what the funniest things I ever read, speaking on that? I could not stop laughing at this comment on YouTube where they were talking about Chris Watts, the guy that wiped out his family, and this woman must have been super religious or something. She goes, well, the problem with taking his life is that if you took his life, you would be a murderer too, and thus no better than Chris Watts. And I was like, I'm fine with that. I'll dome shot him outside the courthouse. Maybe eat some tattooed chef afterwards.
That you have to have tattooed chef afterwards.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine like if we're so wrong on this? Because LaBeefy needs to do a tattooed nutsack video every 4 minutes, and it just got announced that the American military is now adopting tattooed chefs.
Is it all the MREs?
The defect just hands out tattooed chef.
Can you imagine his video? Just like, rubbing it into the short sellers.
Well, I'm not, dude. I don't know if he's doing it, but I think there's a strong possibility he's pumping the stock when it's down and he's taking profits when it's up.
Yeah, because he did, because he said, so he always shows one account where it has like $940,000 of cost basis. It's like, that's a lot, by the way. But he says, I have it in other places too. So yeah, he might be like doing that somewhere else where he can't, people can't see what he's doing. That's what I do for a lot of stuff.
But that's if I believe his numbers, which he's a known liar and he has shark eyes.
You can't trust a man with shark eyes, okay?
Well, dude,
he shows the cost basis. He shows it.
I'm sure he's also doing options. Like after he posts a video, he'll like buy calls on it or something like that.
I actually have a confession. I actually bought for a little fun. I was like, I'm going to buy one call for it was like $250 for tattooed chef. And I made like $15 and I just I got scared. But if I had held that call, I don't know. Options scare the crap out of me. But if I had held the call, I would have tripled my money over the last week and a half.
Well, yeah, options.
But there's nothing wrong with gambling. Like we talk about, just don't do it with any amount of money that you're not willing to lose. So if somebody's you're like, dude, I'm going to speculate $1,000 on this stock, and they have like a $200,000 portfolio, I'd be like, yeah, why not? It's fun. You know what I mean?
I'm risk averse, man. I'll buy stocks all day, but when it comes to anything that's inherently gambling, it just it makes me nervous. So I was like, I'm going to sell. I'll take my $15 of profit before tax, and I'll just sell it.
Well, people were asking me about that kind of stuff on my channel, and I was like, dude, I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't know anything about day trading. I don't care. I don't really care to learn it. I know how to do discounted cash flows, and I prefer to just throw my money in tax-advantaged accounts. If you guys want to do that, that's fine, but understand that's an opportunity cost in life. That's time spent that you could have been doing something different. Like, you could have been reading this book.
Oh, what book? Who wrote that book, Jay? Me, Kevin. Did you buy this book? Did you read this book? Do you understand this book?
No.
No, but you could buy my course for $1,500.
That's why when Chris, in all honesty, I see the reason. I see the reason why you were talking about making a course, but in all honesty, I don't see why. Your book is really it's like I said last time. Don't take this as an insult. It's actually a good thing. It's why I like the little book that beats the market. Your book is written at a 6th grade level, so it makes it a page turner. You just burn through it, and it tells you everything you need to know. So, I mean, if you want to put time into making a course and charging $20-$30, yeah, but I mean, what are you really going to cover in there that you didn't cover in your book? I know it's a shot at those losers, and I would be willing to help you just so they don't make any more money. But
well, I mean, I could go into a lot of super detail. Like I could do a whole section on insurance. I could do a whole section on just financial, 10K. But yeah, it is going to be a ton of effort for not much reward. So it's just kind of something churning in my head. If I ever get really motivated, I might do it. I'm not going to start it anytime soon. Yeah,
and it's I'm probably going to do look, it's the little sheet that I made up that I use, and I'm adding stuff to it. It's really 2 hours of effort, and my models produce almost the same thing that Everything Money software does.
I wanted to mention this. So I'm actually in Excel. I'm trying to make the exact same format, and all you have to do, I'm not going to distribute this because it's probably stealing or something, but just for my use, all you got to do is download Morningstar sheets and paste them in, and it should update it just like Everything Money does. So you just download 2 Excel sheets, paste them in, and then boop, everything updates. You can just actually hit a button and generate the freaking percentages. And I think in Excel you can actually get a stock quote in Excel. You don't even have to look up the freaking stock price.
Yeah, and I mean, see, that's the thing is the reason that these guys like Meat Spin and Andre Jikov.
Meat Spin's right here. What are you talking about?
It's actually Andre Dick.
Yeah.
And Deeper Dick.
Yeah, in LaBeefy, the reason and whatever Chris saying that they can make money is because people don't want to put in basic effort, and it drives me insane. It's literally it'll take me an hour to set up my sheet. And I mean, all you need to do is go and just look up the discounted cash formula. And it's really easy.
Your cash you just download Everything Money. It's $26.
Or if you don't even want to do that, go into Everything Money software, look up a few projections, and you're look and you're okay, well, this doesn't seem like a home run, so I'm not going to buy it. It's the exact same thing I said about Walgreens. I was I don't hate it, but there's something off about Walgreens. There's something I don't like about it. And I can't put my finger on it.
It's the numbers look right, but the company's the margins are going down. There's so much good, there's no moat. I don't know.
Dude, that's what I came to the conclusion of. That's why when I did that, you heard me in there going, I wanted to hate this stock because LaBeefy owns it. But I don't. But I also don't understand what Everything Money sees in it. I'm looking at it.
If you put in the numbers, it's all green. I did it, and I was wow.
But I agree with you. My model came to the same conclusion. But the more I thought about it, there is something I don't like about it. There's something.
Yeah, move on. Whatever. I like CVS better. CVS isn't even all green, but it's they have consistent growing revenues. So, in my opinion, I think that's just starting off with that. That's way better starting point. I don't even think Walgreens revenues were growing. I mean, I forgot, but it was just much less attractive than CVS.
Yeah, and I hope that they see your video on what you said about them so that they can point this out in their model. The fact that they're using the 5-year average, where it gives you when you put in the 5-year average, it completely changes Smith and Wesson. It makes it look When I run the EPS from this year, it makes it look like a screaming buy, but it's not. That's why you got to use the average, because it goes up and down depending on the administration. You get an average EPS of 94 cents. By pretty much every metric at 94 cents, it's either at the top of the value that I put or still way overvalued. Its gram number is like 11, which means it's worth half of what they're saying it's worth, or the market's saying it's worth. So yeah, that is a problem. And it's something that I thought about. I just never voiced. I go, wait a second. What if a company just has a really good year? Like the reason why I used Walmart's last year's earnings when I was looking at their value.
Yeah, that's a simple mistake I made, because when I first looked at Walmart, I was like, "Oh my god!" But if you, here's what everything money needs. They need an option to change the revenue to what you think it will be next year, because if you start at that high point and then you increase it even by 1 or 2%, it's going to heavily skew everything. So you should be able to like input that option. That's why I'm just going to make my own Excel sheet, and I'll have an option where you can like type in your revenue that you want, and it has all the percentages. So you can actually see the year-over-year percentages to make a more accurate, depiction of what future growth will be, instead of just looking at the last year, which might be a fluke year.
Well, that's one thing I like about the gram number. It's easy to calculate, and you can just look at it real quick, and you're like, oh, I'm way off. I know the gram, there's no one metric that you can use to figure it out, but the gram number, looking at calculating your gram number is just the easiest thing to do.
Don't you have to do like a square root or something?
Yeah, it's 22.5, which is where Paul came up with the 22.5 number. And then it's book value. It's what it really is it's 15 times earnings per share, 1.5 times book value per share. So when 1.5 times 15 is 22.5. And then you square root that number, and it'll give you an approximate. And that's honestly, if I was going to tell somebody what would be the quickest way to count out a stock, I would say run your gram number. If it's not even close, move on. If like your gram number is
Tesla's gram number.
Jesus, I think when I ran it was like $8, which is when everybody was looking at me strange when I said it should probably be about an $8 stock, somewhere in that area. They're like, "Oh, dude, you're stupid." I go, multiply that times 5. And understand that Tesla was trading at like $37 a share in 2018.
Yeah, I'm actually reading a book about Tesla, like how the whole thing started, and it was a complete disaster at the beginning. I can tell you that. I haven't finished the book yet, but even now, that stock is not worth
the problem is if I walked up to 10 fanboys of Tesla, and I said, did Elon Musk found Tesla? 9 of them would tell me yes. They don't know that Elon Musk didn't. Elon Musk bought into Tesla with his PayPal money, and the founders found working with Elon Musk to be a little bit too difficult, so they left.
Yeah, he basically fired, because one of the founders his name was Martin Eberhart, and the guy basically, he was the CEO, but he got super overwhelmed, and they were struggling with like tracking costs and stuff. So basically they fired him, and that's where the original founder went.
Well, that's why any business that you start, the first person you hire, the first person I would hire is a good accountant.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. They didn't have like really good accounting systems, but I guess they're just a bunch of engineers. They don't care about accounting.
Yeah, it's like if somebody was like, Nagi, what do we do? We started a company. I go, okay, the engineers. All right, you need a finance guy, and you need, most important, you need a really good accountant. And like, I would be like, your accountant is probably the most important person in the beginning, besides the people that have the idea.
Yeah. Hey, Meatsy, can you mute? We can hear the freaking interstate.
Yeah. So what's going on, man? Evening all.
You want to do some comments?
Yeah, let's do some comments. I'm going to grab a kombucha, which means I'll be off screen for a second.
Kombucha. Good evening, gentlemen. What's up? We actually have low attendance today. I remember I had like 300 less subscribers, and we had like 25, 30 people.
Wow.
Wait, real Meat Kevin I got here? That's the real Meat Kevin, everybody. Meat Kevin is here, hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Meat Kevin here.
Hey, guys, I'm real bullish on Tesla.
I'm all in.
Tesla's going to hit
options.
Tesla's going to hit 3,000 when my testes drop.
Well, you also got to remember, like with the comments, it's going to go in cycles. Like if we take time off, we'll lose people, and you weren't feeling well last.
Quantitative queefing.
Quantitative queefing. That's
You just
funny.
solved all our problems.
Thank you, Julius
It's right
Caesar.
there the whole time. Quantitative queefing. Hello, Turner. You didn't ask me about my family this time. Do you not care anymore? Hello, my friends. Chinny chin chin. This guy actually, he had a good comment about Beat the Bush. I need to actually make a video about that.
What's beat? What?
The life story of Beat the Bush. How he sucks. No, crypto's the best, bro. Awesome to hear. Thank you, Palace. Bitcoin isn't capable of reaching 100. I'd be careful, man. You never know how much these clowns can pump up crypto with all their legions of degenerate fans. So that crypto can go anywhere. It doesn't mean it's worth anything, but
Yeah. John is always going, "You're going to invest in crypto now?" And I go, it's always me back on messaging. Does crypto now produce cash flows? And then he'll be like, "Whatever, Jay." And I'm like, keep your stupid crypto to yourself.
it does produce cash flows. They pay. It pays interest, bro. They just print more crypto and they pay you an interest. Too much power, not enough money flowing. It would crash the blockchain. I wish the blockchain would crash, but
well, there's also the concerns of if we're going to be taking seriously talking about climate change, how much of it I'm not going to get into that, but crypto produces an incredible amount of carbon. The electricity needs for crypto are ridiculous. That's why. Go ahead.
It's just not that special to me. The whole concept. It's like the money system works just fine. How much more do we need to improve the money system? I mean, I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know.
All that needs to happen is the power grid has to go out, and that's their version of a bear market.
Louisiana right now is in a crypto bear market.
Stable coin to the moon. Fiat USD is very similar to Bitcoin. I don't know if you're joking or not. I don't.
Yeah, I get, like, I don't. Yeah, I don't either. So I don't know how much I'm going to tackle that. I get what you're saying. It's just that
it's exact opposite.
No, I was going to say Bitcoin is backed by absolutely nothing, and the currency is backed by the promise of the governments. How seriously you want to take that now that we're off the gold standard, I don't know, but that's the difference.
Well, plus USD is inflationary. Bitcoin is deflationary.
That's another point too.
Huge difference. I mean, that's like massive. Voyager is growing very quickly. I mean, everything's growing quickly when you first start. I mean, if you have one customer and then you have two customers, that's massive growth. Doesn't mean you're a huge company or you should buy the stock. There's 3 different Bitcoins: Virgin Bitcoin, regular Bitcoin, and tainted. I want some of that taint Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, taint.
The tainted Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'll pass on the whole crypto phase. It's a point.
Is there any suppository Bitcoin?
It goes from front to back.
Yeah. Dude, it was like a point I made last night when I ranted about Theranos and how you can avoid, a lot of things by just not investing in crap you don't understand. It's like, CRISPR. I could run a discounted cash flow model on it all day, and it might be a screaming buy, and then I would ultimately go to the 10K. No, Mo, technology, don't really understand the technology. I'm out.
Yeah, people were calling me risk averse too. It's like I'm 100% stock. When has it ever been risk averse to be 100% stock? But no,
why is risk averse bad? Do you like losing money? I don't.
I've made money. It's gone up. What are you talking about?
Come on, bro.
Do we all need MAGA 24? I want Hillary Clinton. I'm just kidding.
I would actually probably be happier with DeSantis 24.
You're going to betray the God Emperor?
So you're a Nazi?
Yes. Me and Ben Shapiro, we go to Nazi rallies all the time.
Why don't you support our neo-lib president?
I'm one of those people, man, that whoever's in office, like, I support you till I don't, and you lost my support after you got caught like in American Pie in Afghanistan. Like, your dad just walked in the room after you were doing that thing to the pie. That's pretty much what we did. Like, our Afghanistan withdrawal was pretty much somebody just walking into an office and taking a dump on the floor.
The Taliban probably did do that. Oh, by the way, so that video I made on my deployment, it actually got like restricted for monetization because of the content. So I think if you mention like Taliban or Afghanistan or anything, they're not gonna. I guess it's too extreme, so they freaking demonetize the video, which is so weird.
Well,
yeah,
dude,
YouTube's gotten real bad about that, man.
Dude, people are fleeing to Rumble.
And locals too. Locals.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Clary is on locals.
I'm gonna start putting video on locals too.
Does locals pay?
Wait, Chris, I actually have a question.
I have an answer.
How do you know Aaron Clary?
How do I know about Aaron Clary? I just found him like 2 or 3 years ago. I actually put a advertisement when I first started YouTube. I put an advertisement on his channel, and I got like 100 subscribers like instantly because he like pumped me up. So,
have you still been talking to him?
Yeah, I've been trying to get him to come on to talk about finance, but he keeps like, oh, I'm too busy. But I'm just gonna keep asking and asking and asking until he tells me to screw off or he comes on.
Well, dude, like I said, man, if I ever get like a decent sized channel and somebody's doing good content and they ask me to come on, I'm gonna go on.
Yeah, actually, I had 2 guys email me. They're actually looking and they suspect Lafufu committed some fraudulent pump and dump for one of these stocks. I won't go into detail about it, but they emailed me the super long email, and I was like, "Hey, you guys want to come on?" I haven't heard back yet, but
dude, I want to get somebody. I cannot wait till Thursday. The only question is, did they figure out that I used the same phone number the last time I talked to one of his dudes? Because I did a different name, and then I used a different email, and it's supposed to be set up. So we'll see. Because I don't know if they're actually. He was smart enough to go back to Labeefy and go, listen, man, I talked to a dude, and he just buried me underwater for 40 minutes. Calling you
numbers change. People change phone numbers, so.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, because I'm going to record that and put it online, and I'm going to bury him. And, I mean, I really honestly hope Jeremy goes to jail. I really do. Like, I really hope he loses everything. Sorry for his kids. Your dad's a scumbag. Like, you charging people $20,000 and preying on their ignorance. Like, I really hope you go to jail.
Yeah, make sure you have it, because they have those different tiers. Make sure you ask them, like, oh, what's the different prices? Wouldn't it be funny if they like changed their prices because we were like dumping on them? Well, I don't think they have, but
dude, this I could end up getting attention from him if I tag him and it shows up in his feed and it's just me destroying one of his guys. Like, at a certain point, if we keep doing this and he isn't busted by the SEC, he's going to have to acknowledge us.
Yeah, we'll get there. Because we're all so small. It's kind of like, they're just little stupid YouTubers. But if we actually get pretty decent size, then.
Sorry, I'm driving to Orlando, so the internet's kind of like every once in a while I'll go through some trees, and it kind of drops for a little.
I remember when Jerry LaFufu bought some Beyond Meat. Very bullish. He was bullish.
Is it still up? Because what I might start doing is just reacting to all their stocks so it's on my channel later on when they take their videos down. Because Andre Jikoff took down his 1 on million token.
Oh, he did? I didn't know that.
That's what somebody told me. And I went and looked and I didn't find it. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know what million token is at today, but
let's check. It's probably at 1 million, Jay. It's called Million Token. Duh. $17, dude. That was a massive pump and dump. Now, this is showing 1672. Jesus Christ.
And what did it get up to? There were people commenting like it's up to 200, loser.
Yeah, it looks like 217 maybe. Was the high? No, all-time high was 223. And all that hate I got on my channel, and then now I'm so freaking right, it's not even funny. You know what I'm going to do? So what was that? Was it Very Good Food Company? I'm actually going to order some of that and have it shipped to me if I can do that. And I'm going to do a review of it live and just dump on it, just like I did Tattooed Nutsack.
Well, dude, bring up 2045 about ExxonMobil.
What? Bring up what?
Singularity 2045 about ExxonMobil.
I was like, I didn't even see the comments. Jeremy said ExxonMobil was not a buy last year.
Yeah, because Jeremy's a moron, and he probably legitly thinks that oil is going away sometime pretty soon.
Dude, oil was a steal. It's all the all the electric hate, all the electric shilling, and all the, everybody's like, oil's dead. Yeah.
Well, it's if I was talking to one of those guys, I would just simply say, okay, what is in a Tesla? Plastics. Okay. That comes from oil. What was used to dig up the rare earth elements? That was oil. So it's like, dude, I will say this in order to be intellectually honest, people make mistakes on stocks all the time. Like Peter Lynch says, if you buy 10 stocks, prepare to get like 4 wrong. It's either 4 or 6 wrong. So that being said, but yes, he's still a moron.
Yeah, I don't understand his investing philosophy. Like, he's all over the place. Like, he bought a really big value stock, Walgreens, and then he turns around and buys a Very Good Food Company, which is like super new and super speculative. He's just everywhere. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
Well, this is what happened, dude. He started buying stonks in the greatest bull market in history from the Fed pumping liquidity into the system. So he just saw all these stocks going up, but this is what everybody forgets about. It was only like 2016 or 2017 that he went all in on GoPro. Like a ridiculous portion of his portfolio. You're YOLOing 25% of your portfolio into any particular stock. I'm like, you're a moron.
Yeah, it's stupid. Hold on a minute. Strong, put donations on. You gonna send me money, Turner? So I don't know how to do that.
So how much will you get paid this month now that you're monetized? $1 or $2?
It's actually been $5 a day. It's like actually freaking. They pay a lot, even with 1,000 subscribers. As long as people are watching your ads, I mean, it's decent chump change. I was shocked. I was like, holy crap. See,
$5 a day, $150 a month.
Yeah, jeez, with 1,000 subscribers. That's why LaFufu has all that freaking money. If he has that many subscribers, I mean, he's getting freaking paid, dude.
Oh yeah, he's making millions. But we'll see what happens.
Lemonade would be a millionaire maker. Why? Why, Arthur? Are you trolling me, Arthur?
Yes.
You think this is funny?
He said, Meet Kevin said it would go up.
React to Feature Man stocks. Can one of y'all email me that? Because I'll forget. I don't know who that is.
I'm going to write it down.
Feature Man. Sounds like a freaking dweeb. Did you guys see my comments on crypto? Do you guys know smart contract dApps? I mean, I saw you made some comments, but I'm not a crypto buyer, brah. People see value because blockchains are robust.
This is what people have to understand. Just because you're buying a stock doesn't mean I should, and just because I'm buying it doesn't mean you should. It's like that's the weirdest thing. Like watching people get defensive about stocks. Like
the only stock I get defensive about is Walmart because I have a weird complex about worshiping Walmart. But the stock.
But even you've admitted Walmart's massively overvalued. I mean, one look at it, the PE ratio for a company that size tells you it's like, well, here's an easy way. A major company, if it's everything, the fundamentals are good. Are you buying it at more than an 11 to 13 PE ratio? If you are, you're paying too much for it.
It's crazy because like you look at like car companies and they have like 5 PE ratios.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. And then you compare it to Walmart. I mean, they're probably growing at roughly the same rate. So why would you pay 5 for a car company and then 35 for freaking Walmart?
Yeah. Did you guys hear? Do you guys know on kind of dApps? No. But totals of time. They're scam. Yeah.
Oh, did I just mention this to you? This is the stock I want to talk about. This is Meet Kevin. He did a live stream pumping Hippo. It's like an insurance stock.
Dude, I think I tried to look at its 10K. I don't even think there's a 10K.
Well, then you might as well go YOLO into it, bro. My opinion, max out 401k Roth IRA before you even look at crypto. Singularity, you just tickled my heart.
Okay? And mine too. That's $25,500 right there. And that's another reason why I'm like, okay, why are you even buying individual stocks? Like if you haven't. Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy. Bro, it's a good deal. I don't know if you're a woman or a guy, but Roth IRA, I'm telling you, man, it's delicious.
This is the proudest I've been on my channel. Some kid asked me, he goes, what should I be doing? I go to Fidelity. He goes, I'm a student. I don't have a lot of money. I go to Fidelity, start yourself a Roth IRA in there, buy the entire world market. That's what I told him. I don't know if he did. Huh?
I said VT, baby.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I told him like that because I'm like, listen, dude, you're not going to, like right now, if you're a student, how much time do you have to look at stocks?
I mean, how much do you even understand? You probably don't understand freaking anything. You know, it takes a decent amount of time to really like kind of understand what you're doing. Before then, you're just freaking throwing money at the wall or throwing crap at the wall and hoping something sticks.
Of course, all of it's VT, so managers don't scam me with fees. Yeah, dude, that's what you want to do. Russian misinformation.
Hippo is a trade. I'll definitely sell before he does, if he does sell. Yeah, if you like to like ride pump and dumps from me, Kevin, okay. Like I'm not going to dump on a stock and it's a trading stock. But as an investment, it's freaking trash.
Dude, yeah, funding secured. It's not the worst strategy if you want to day trade, if you want to follow Meet Kevin and just when he pumps something, ride it, dump it, go on to the next thing, wait for these morons to do it. You're not going to get in trouble for it. They are.
You know, like Tattooed Chef is kind of like a pump and dump stock. It's like whenever it crashes and you see Lafufu going super hard into it, that might be the time if you want to speculate, maybe buy some shares, maybe buy options. I mean, you should max your tax advantage accounts first, but if you have extra money after that, then you can screw around with it.
Yeah, if you want to take 1% of your portfolio and buy Tattooed Chef when it drops because you know LaBeefy is gonna pump it, it's not the worst strategy. I'm just not gonna sit around wasting my time looking at Tattooed Chef or even learning to day trade at all.
I think day trading is so stupid, but
well, this is a legit problem that a viewer pointed out with me about EM, about everything money. In Mo charging people $76 a month. Now, I come to if you're following his trades and you do it for a year and you learn how to do it on your own and you actually make money with his techniques, I don't know that I have a problem with it. But I just think $76 is a little bit steep for people per month for that. I don't know if
it is pretty expensive, but at least it's not like insane. Like you look at these other crypto courses, like not crypto trading courses, like what's that guy's name? The soy guy, Trader Warrior or something. He charges like $6,000 to teach you how to freaking day trade. That's a Roth IRA right there.
Dude, but that's why it's like you can just read Turtle Trader. They lay out the rules in there. I'm going to read it at some point. It's what they're talking about all the time. And it's like, but like I'm at work, man. And when I'm at work, I'm sitting there, I'm doing my work. I'm thinking of stand-up jokes, trying to write the script that I'm trying to write in my head while I'm at work. I don't want to sit on my phone doing candlesticks.
Oh, buy, sell. Resistance. You broke the resistance. It's all VT. Managers don't scam me.
I love this dude, Arthur Rogers. He is trolling us hard. Tattooed Seth. This is not a pump and dump. Lufufu is an honest long.
Man, all you have to do is look at his tattooed nutsack thumbnails, and you know he's an honest guy. To 36. It's like, yeah, dude, he's so pump and dumping that stock. It's not even funny.
I'm gonna do one where I go Tattooed Chef to 0, pointing over my shoulder.
Oh, dude, you need to post Tattooed Chef videos because, like, they get a lot of views because all these clowns are listening to Jeremy. I'll say a comment about this. All you need, if you want to invest in the U.S., just do total stock market by itself. Total S&P. The total stock market has like 80% total S&P. Well, wait a minute. Is S&P 500?
Yeah, dude, S&P 500. All you need to do to get the total stock market. Just own the whole market.
And then NASDAQ 100 is just like half of the ETF is like 6 stocks, the FANG. So it's hyper concentrated.
Dude, if you look at your NASDAQ stock, go look at the top 10 holdings in all of those. And they're almost going to be like a mirror image. If I was you, I would do what Chris said. I would go total world market, but that's me.
This isn't financial advice. Don't sue me. I'm me, Kevin. I don't see a future for Tattooed Chef. I am a vegan, and their mac and cheese bowl isn't even vegan.
What's in their mac and cheese bowl?
I think I bought 2 things. I had like the mac and cheese and the thing that I ate on the video. And that one, the mac and cheese tasted like crap. I think it was like cauliflower or something. Over 90% of day traders lose money. No way, bro. Everybody's 10xing. What are you talking
about? Only 1% are predictably profitable.
I've turned 300 days of Tesla into 1,200 shares scalping. Yeah, see, if you profit from day trading, you got to immediately put it into Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Conagra and other food giants. Have you heard of Conagra before?
No, but yeah, that just goes to the lack of moat around the company. I mean, people have to factor in economies of scale when they talk about Planet 13, and they're like, well, when cannabis goes federally legal, and I go, okay, give me a time frame for that. Well, I'm like, Biden's not going to do it. Biden's a known drug warrior. I'm like, you're probably not going to see legal cannabis till 2030. That's when it'll probably have gained enough mass acceptance. Then you have the problem of economies of scale that Planet 13 is going to face when it comes up. You don't think Amazon is going to start delivering weed to your house once it's legal?
Dude, I would totally go to Walmart.
Is going to do it?
I would get great value weed if it was legal at Walmart.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy some expensive crap.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like literally, I guarantee you about 5 minutes after it's legal, Amazon will be like, next day delivery for your weed. Get Purple Kush.
Purple Kush. My friend bought Doge at 60 cents, but he calls index funds a scam. Index funds are a total scam. You know, owning every company in the world, that's all fake, bro. It's not real.
Dude, you need
15K. Oh, he got annihilated. Woo!
Damn, dude. That had to hurt.
Keep up good work, dudes. Thanks, bro. Buy my book, Stop Being a Broke Loser. Do you think Canada will accept Doge? 100%, bro. I think they'll accept baby Doge. I think that's going to be the crypto of the future.
What you got to look at is those floppy-headed Canadians are normally ahead on the curve. I'm wondering where our floppy-headed Canadian is. Every time Eric, when I'm watching one of his videos, says a boot, I start laughing.
A boot?
I do. I'm sitting here in my house giggling at it.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, you have a decent portfolio. I mean, I'm not a fan of NASDAQ 100, but you're still way better off than most clowns that are investing right now.
If you want technology, why not just grab the technology fund, throw 10% of your portfolio in that? I think it's massively run up, and I think how much it's going to be going forward in the future. But
watch us be wrong. It just keeps going up. Like at McDonald's, maybe. Yeah, I'm sure McDonald's is going to sell except Dogecoin, Arthur. I like VT with VB. See, okay, I actually don't disagree with this necessarily. I just don't like, trying to play the market because I let the market sort itself out. But VT is like mostly large caps. It does have all the small caps, but they're very underrepresented. Whereas VB is a small cap ETF. So if you want to have a bunch of large caps and then you have small caps, that's not a bad play. But I rather just let the world sort itself out instead of trying to do that.
Everybody's going to have a different philosophy. Like I have Vanguard Healthcare Fund in my portfolio. I'm sure Chris doesn't. I mean,
I can't disagree with this, but I mean, for my own personal investments, I just put it all in VT with some speculative BOBA stock. I use Tesla to scalp. Well, just be careful, bro. If it ever crashes one day, which I think it's just going to crash brutally.
I use this to scalp.
Can you demonstrate in your own head?
Dude, there's been a couple videos where I've been close to killing myself with that axe while I'm watching stupidity.
You want to go viral? Just chop your head off.
Like, what is he doing? Like, there's been like YouTubers out there giving advice that I've wanted to splice in the Event Horizon hell scene into. Like, this is what I think of your advice. Like, I want to gouge my own eyes out.
That's a great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Oh, dude.
Event Horizon.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. Have you heard of Warhammer 40K?
I've heard of the game, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a whole like a lore behind it, and part of the lore is like you have this realm that's like full of demons and it's chaos. It's called the Warp, and it's super chaotic. And a lot of people think the Event Horizon is when people first discovered the Warp or the Chaos realm, in the early stages of humanity. It actually makes a lot of sense, but you have to be a Warhammer fan to understand.
I don't judge, man. I played D&D in high school, man.
I used to read the book. I never played the game, but I used to read the books like crazy when I was younger. And then I got older and I realized they didn't have plots. They were just war murder books, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's the often said joke. Fantasy football is just D&D for football players that would have beat up D&D nerds in high school. And it's like, Yeah, and that's what I always said about it when I was in high school. People made fun of me for playing Dungeons and Dragons. I go, bro, you play fantasy football. And he's like,
different, it's sports.
Yeah, I'm like, why? Like, I was like, even though I had a lot of friends, I was the one kid that they would be like, hey, man, did you watch the football game last night? I would look at him and go, why would I watch football? There's so much other.
I watched Pro StarCraft Brood War because I grew up. I lived 4 years in South Korea, and there StarCraft was huge. So that's the only sport that I watch. Like, I'll watch Pro StarCraft all freaking day.
Well, I get it though. Like if it's a strategy game, I get it. Like when you're like you can watch chess matches and they're fascinating. I'm like, how are you? It takes me 10 minutes to figure out my move. I'm like, look, do I move my knight there? Who can get me? There's no way I can do a minute and do a move. I'm like, how are you guys doing? Because my dad taught me chess from a young age. And it was only in 2008, but they had this little chess program that was going around, and people would get so mad at me because I could consistently beat it.
Yeah. We should play chess. We should do a live stream and play each other in chess.
Yeah, dude, I'm down at some point, man.
You'll probably stomp me.
Maybe not.
We need to get some Kirkland weed before we play. What do you think?
I agree. Dude, what if Lennox Lewis is a ranked international player? What if he became a fan of our channel because we were playing chess? And he's like, no, and he's just sitting there. He's like, you're both morons.
I mean, you're decent at index funds, but everything else you suck.
Yeah.
Arthur Rogers, geez, strong man, seems like a cheapskate. I am cheap, and I'm proud of it. That's why I'm able to max my tax advantage accounts. Altria is getting ready for legalization.
Dude, that's funny. The movie Limitless.
I thought I could do it now. What is this? What's that all about?
Dude, Limitless is this movie where Bradley Cooper discovers this drug that it modifies your intelligence. So you're like 2 times smarter. It's like super Adderall. The problem is your body gets addicted and most people end up dying from it. He figures out a way around it. But it's like you're so smart. He's so smart that he's never played chess before, but he goes and he watches like some people play chess and then starts beating these guys. And it's like he remembers how to beat up a guy he gets in a fight with because he saw it in a movie. And I'm like, fighting doesn't work like that. There's a lot of things nuances you're not going to get. Like if you've never, even if you saw it in a movie, that still doesn't mean that you can get my waist and slam me to the ground. But yeah, that's
how it works, Jay. You just have to watch a movie and then you're a Taekwondo expert.
I mean, I'm sure you could because you wrestled in high school, but I've had like my brother who's never done any combat sports try to get behind me and grab me, and he's not doing anything. I'm like, dude, all I need to do is push your hands down and lean back into you. I'm not going.
He was just trying to hug you, Jay. We dropped weed in by drones once you're all unemployed at virtual reality headsets. You know, UBI would be a very depressing. If none of us worked and we all had UBI, I think we all be like a bunch of depressed drug addicts.
I don't know about that, dude. Would we? Because I don't think. All right, let's say that I'd say you personally had $50,000, and I'm not a fan of universal basic income. I don't know where I stand on that. I go back and forth on it. But you wouldn't be unproductive.
I mean, no, I wouldn't be, but I think most people would, because I understand it's like even if you're wealthy, you have to keep like achieving goals, or you're going to be like depressed. Most people don't do that; they don't understand that. Yeah,
no, I mean, because it's like I get it all the time. They're like, if you're in the position you're in, why are you working? I go, number one, I want millions of dollars. Number two, that you need to accomplish stuff throughout the day. I think it's important to suffer. Would I quit this job if I started making YouTube money? Yeah, because I would still end up working, though. I'd probably work that many hours on my channel in a day and then go do stand-up. But there's a lot of lazy ass people there that if you just gave them money, they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, they'll just party and, you know, become depressed and just cause chaos, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, like you or I, like I'm not healthy enough to do it. You or I would still seek challenges. Like, you know what, man? Screw this. I've never done it before. I'm gonna go. I haven't done anything in a while. I'm depressed. I'm gonna go on a 20-mile ruck march today just because it sucks.
Yeah, exactly. So like right now, my obsession is like I'm focused on my YouTube channel, but eventually, like if I get big, like I'm gonna have to do something else because after a certain point, it's like, all right, you made it on YouTube. What's your next freaking goal? Or you'll just even if you're a successful person, but you don't have any like goals to strive for, you're gonna be freaking depressed.
Well, I'm prioritizing YouTube, and I'm still continue to do finance stuff. But my main goal is get to the point where I can work as a comedian.
That's the goal. I'm telling you, start putting your freaking.
I'm going to start
on YouTube.
I'm going up Monday, and then what I want to do is do like new material, show it to you, and then you won't see it again for 6 months. Show you how it evolves. But I'm going to do 30 seconds to a minute. Just put it on here and Rumble.
Oh. All right. Meat Spin is he really pushing Tattooed Chef now? Jesus.
He might be because he's friends with LaBeefy. Dude, I swear to God, every time you do it, I just hear a fucking German Shepherd.
Hey, everybody, I'm German. I love doing that. Probably pisses people off, though. NASDAQ X is the NASDAQ fund. PGT is super concentrated, dude. I would go look at that. It's like
it is. But I'm saying, like I said, with both of these, wouldn't be my style to overload my portfolio with them. But I mean, at least you're investing in index funds. That's all I'm going to say. I just think tech has just grossly run up over the past decade.
Yeah, tech scares me right now. It's like I ain't touching that freaking crap.
You know, Microsoft's a great company, and it's a cash flow machine. But I still don't want to buy it at the levels it's at now. That's why that Cameron Stewart guy, when I looked at his video, he was saying it was a buy. I'm like, I have an intrinsic value of Microsoft of around $110. Paul has it at 120. Everybody else has it pretty much in the 80 to the 120 range. Like, what are you talking about? It's a buy right now. It's a massive company. It's got $2.2 trillion. Then he said it would have a market cap of $7 trillion at this point. I'm like, dude, do you think that is feasible in the next 10 years?
I would say no. I mean, that's freaking nuts. Like, companies can't grow forever.
No, your revenue, your free cash flow would be trillions of dollars.
They're going to buy the U.S. government. I mean, I guess they kind of do own a little bit of the government already. But
yeah, but that's why that's like that guy's doing his due diligence, but then it still comes down to, are you thinking clearly about the numbers that you're getting? Because that is the next step after you run the numbers. That's why I did that with BABA, where I said, I think it's reasonable that BABA could have a $2.5 trillion market cap to $3 trillion market cap by 2031. I think that's reasonable. But there were numbers that I ran in there that would look reasonable until I looked at the market cap. And I was like, I don't think Baba's going to have a $5 trillion market cap in 2031. So let's throw that one out.
Well, what's Amazon's market cap?
Like 1.8 trillion. And it's massive.
China has like 4 times as many people, and they probably have access. They have access to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see it being $3-4 trillion, especially when you factor in like inflation and all that crap.
Yeah,
I could see it being way bigger than Amazon.
I agree with you there, but Amazon is massively overvalued. Well, I'm getting an intrinsic value in the 500s to 600s.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a while before all these companies are as big as we project them to be.
Well, Amazon, like we talked about this before when we were both looking at the numbers. Amazon last year did about as much business as Walmart. Except it did about the same free cash flows. Except that Amazon is trading over 4 times the value. So how much more is Amazon going to grow? That's the question.
They're opening physical stores. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man.
So it's like, if I had my brothers at this point, I would, when you look at Walmart, you would be stupid to buy Amazon over Walmart. That's all I'm going to say. Amazon should be trading at a normal PE ratio somewhere in the 15 to 20 because it's not going to grow like it did in the past.
You know what might cause stocks to crash? This is like, I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I'm thinking the pandemic, all these companies had these massive shoot-ups in revenue. And then I think what a lot of these analysts are doing is just like, oh, it's going to keep growing like that into the future. If that doesn't happen, there's going to be a pretty significant drop.
I agree with you 100%. Guru Focus, right? Good website. They have Smith & Wesson's intrinsic value going from last year's numbers, like the current EPS of 5. And it's like, look, Biden is in office. These numbers are going to continue like this till Biden leaves office. This administration is not putting a lot of faith in me that they are going to win the next election. If a Republican comes into office, you're going to see gun sales plummet.
Yeah, because I messaged you and I was excited. Like when I initially looked at the stock, I was like, oh, wow, this is a screaming buy. And then I looked and I was like, wow, well, revenue just exploded because of the pandemic. But if you look at all the years prior, it was basically like the same. So yeah, that's why Everything Money needs that freaking option to start with your own revenue for next year and then extrapolate based on that.
I think the most realistic I have in here for Smith & Wesson is a 4 to a 6% growth rate over the next 10 years. I think that's a reasonable assumption, and that might even be high because they're up and down every year. I just had to pick an average and go with it.
I'm not touching that stock, dude.
Oh, no.
It's so unpredictable.
Dude, look, here's what I'm getting. Trading at a 15 PE ratio, I'm getting Smith & Wesson between $7 and $9.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that stock.
If we do it as a multiple, and I'm using a 3, and I'm using 3 as a terminal value to represent 3% growth out in perpetuity, I have it at a $13 to $14 stock. Like I said, my gram number came out to $11. So I don't in any way see how that's only if I wanted a 10% return. That's a 10% discount rate.
Ooh, yeah. Don't buy Smith & Wesson. That's another flaw that you got to be careful of. Well, it's not even a flaw, but Everything Money has like all the green checks for Smith & Wesson, but that does not mean you just go buy the freaking stock.
Yeah, and he says that. He's like, I'll go do more research.
Oh, hold on a second. Bye, Pablo. Have a good night, mate.
Have a good night, mate.
All right, sure is a nice blood for the blood god, like 20K for the clown god. The friend that bought Doge didn't know what a conference calls are until this week. He's crypto investors are gamblers? No way. They're geniuses. It's the future, bro. Spain has UBI. Is that real? Do they really have UBI?
And I would be curious if they do. That's why I said I don't poo-poo the idea immediately because you have unproductive people and you're always going to have unproductive people and you pay for them. So what's the best answer? I know that if you gave me $100,000 a year tomorrow, I'm still going to be doing shit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to donate. Why won't it work? I have no idea. All right. Keep your money, and then if you want to give me like $1,000 for my course, you can do that.
Screw college.
I'm Jeremy the Fifth.
Tesla is worth $3 trillion in 5 years, according to Kathy Woods, because robots will take all our jobs.
Of course, yeah.
Once I really started looking in at Kathy Woods is about the time that I realized she's a moron.
Yeah, Kathy Wood is just completely full of crap. I mean,
yeah, I don't actually think she's a moron. I think she's very intelligent, and I think she knows what she's doing, and she knows that this whole thing is going to implode eventually, and she's made a lot of money, and she can just wash her hands of it by saying, well, we ran the Monte Carlo simulation 50 trillion times.
Well, all she has to do is just grift, and just collect that fee or the management fee, and then eventually she's good.
Yeah. Cars will drive themselves. Mobile phones will be implanted in your cortex. We won't have any jobs left when Tesla robot is used in preference by companies who want more profits. Yeah, 100%. We're all going to have Tesla robots mowing my lawn for me.
Yeah, and just in like 5 years, bro, it's going to be like instant.
Bro, do you think if I make the wrong investment decisions, I can send my Tesla robot down to the truck stop?
Yeah, you're going to have a government issued Tesla robot. So if you got to sell your butt, you can just send your robot down there. Oh boy.
It's got like a special fist. I just renamed my robot Fisto.
Fisto. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Would you buy a Fisto if you could?
No, unless I send it down to the truck stop and it makes me money.
Well, we're not going to have to go to the truck stop, Jay. You want to know why? Because we we buy index funds.
Well, dude, one place I would send my robot is to Jeremy's house. So it knocks on the door, and when it opens, it just
right in the nuts. LaFufu. I don't know, man. I've lost faith that he's actually going to go to jail. I don't really believe
I don't think so either, but I mean, it's what he's doing. Like, there's never been a time where the law takes a while to catch up, and there's never been a time before where morons could direct people to buy stocks that they're pumping and dumping. So what is the legal ramification? If it hasn't been established, what are they going to charge him with?
Yeah, I mean, if he's skirting around the law right now, he needs to freaking they need to change the rules to like not let that happen, because it's just ridiculous what they're doing. This cannot be allowed to continue.
Steve Madden is a tech company, according to Kathy Woods. Did she really say that?
What is it?
Steve Madden.
That's
like a chick expensive luxury brand goods or some shit, right? I've never looked into it.
I mean, I guess everything's a freaking tech company now,
Singularity sold all their tech stock for a 2x after the robot stunt. 100. That's smart. That's what I tell people. Stocks go on sale. If you think Tesla's the company of the future, there'll be a time where Tesla's undervalued. Buy it then.
Oh, Tesla will definitely be a buy one day. See that, guys? I got my first super chat. This is historic.
Dude, you're definitely not going to be down at the truck stop.
After Turner, I'm good, man. I'm set. I need to start a crypto channel that I can really grift off super chats, or do AMC, like what's their freaking face? Matt Kors and the other ones.
Oh, I gotta write that. I'll check that dude down. Dude, I went like working out, dude. Oh, I think I pulled something. My forearm's killing me.
Oh, your forearm hurts.
This one, by the way, I'm right-handed. This is my left.
Your forearm's in pain, huh? Thank you, Turner. I appreciate the donation. All right, you guys can donate if you want, but I want you guys to max your tax advantage accounts, okay?
Fisto is my dog's name.
It's only common sense to go thousands more. That's right, Arthur. That's 100%. If it goes up in the past, that's going to go up in the future. Okay. Sold all my Tesla shares. I mean, he still made money, whatever. Turner, thank you very much. Hello. I wish your family good luck, and Jay Naughty, you smell, bud. We'll wait till Jay goes back. Thank you, guys. Like I said, if you want to donate, that's fine, but you don't need to be sending a ton of money like that Matt Kors degenerate. Jay, look at this.
What?
Said you smell.
What do I smell, dude? I shower daily.
It's because you don't wash your freaking Hawaiian shirt.
I wear this Hawaiian shirt for like less than the average person wears a t-shirt in a week, and I wash it like every 2 weeks. So like on an average day, you're wearing a t-shirt. You have worn that t-shirt longer than I wear this shirt.
Oh, dude, my clothes stink. Like even my normal clothes, because like I'll work out in this shirt and then I'll just wear it like around.
I don't do that. Like I have just workout clothes.
Fisto is my dog's name. I don't know what to think about that right now. Tesla's creating a fleshlight. Oh. Meet Kevin and LeFou. Dude, if you guys don't know who this is, watch Solving the Money Problem. He's like this super Tesla shill. Look at his robot video, how much he freaked out because of the guy in a suit dancing on a stage. Can you believe the implications, everybody? Oh my God. The guy is ridiculous. I need to make a video dumping on him.
I'm going to tonight. I'm going to get hammered after I do my Smith & Wesson.
I might actually drink tonight. I'm thinking about it.
Why? What's special about tonight?
So they have this, they're these guys, they opened like this specialty beer store in my town. It's literally in walking distance from my house. So I'm like, oh my God, like all the nice beer that I've always wanted is there. So I got a 6-pack of German Oktoberfest, Paulaner Oktoberfest. I'm excited.
Dude, but you got, well, tell your wife, be like, listen, I'm getting drunk tonight. You're going to have to get up with the baby.
Yeah, dude. So every morning I get up early because like the baby wakes up and it's just like, oh, go, whatever. I might as well freaking wake up. And I let her sleep till like 8 or 9. So tonight it's like, honey bunny, it's your turn.
Baby, you're getting up at 5 tomorrow. Daddy's getting drunk.
So before this live stream, we were actually at my in-laws' house, and I went upstairs in their guest room, and I took an hour and a half nap because I was so freaking tired. I actually almost missed showing up.
Dude, I was, for whatever reason, man, I probably hangover. I got up today. I was going to go work out, but forearm problem. I was just exhausted.
Forearm hurt, Jay. Can you tell us how you hurt your forearm?
Dude, I haven't lifted in a year and a half. And I'm like, dude, I got to figure this stuff out, working around. So I did curls on a balance ball with a medicine ball. So I have to hold it like this. And it's just not.
You're playing with yourself.
Yeah. And it's just not smart to work out, like get a decent workout in when you haven't like done arms in a year.
Yeah, you can tell you're playing with yourself. That's what I want you to say. Okay.
I was playing with myself.
There you go. Thank you. Share dilution is out of control right now for growth companies. Neo. Oh, God, Neo. I hate Neo. That's Stockmo's stunk.
You're 100% right. They don't understand share dilution. Like, I don't know why this is so hard to get. Like,
Dude, people are completely ignorant about finance. The only thing they know is looking at the charts. That's the only thing that makes sense to a lot of these people. But like understanding, like, I mean, I didn't know about like how an income statement worked or statement of cash flows before I studied accounting. So I can see why a lot of people are totally turned off by fundamental analysis.
And I mean, it's really not even hard if you just, and this is what my philosophy on this is you should be making a model that talks you out of buying a stock. That's how your model should work. It should be about talking you out of buying a stock. So it's like, if you can't make a case, like, okay, I understand the company. I've read the 10K. I've run the numbers. In every scenario I come up with, this stock is undervalued and I think I can get a 17% return, then buy it. But all you need, like they say on Everything Money, is a few key metrics to just discount it really quick. Negative free cash flows, share dilution. I'm out. Call me when you're profitable and you're not diluting the shareholder.
Yeah, but then you could 20x. So like reading this Tesla book, like what they were doing for the Roadster, the company was so speculative and risky. And these are the type of companies these Meet Kevin guys want you to buy. They were taking deposits, customer deposits for the Roadster, and they were using that to fund operations because they were burning so much money. So if you're giving these companies money, they're literally burning it, and they could literally go to zero because they go out of business. So you just need to keep that in mind.
Well, also, Tesla was at multiple times throughout the past 10 years. It's been a week or two away from bankruptcy.
And they only recently started being profitable. I mean, like I think they're going to be fine going forward, but they only recently became profitable.
Alpha Status stock.
Let me subscribe to them real quick. That's how I always remember to do them. It's like, I see them pop up on my YouTube. I'm like, who are these idiots? Are they actually alphas? Or are they jacked? Alpha Status stocks.
Probably recommending beta males.
73,000 subscribers, of course,
They're penny pumpers.
Are they twins?
Hold on, I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back.
Yeah, if y'all have any YouTube channels, just let us know. You can email me. So my email is in the description of like all my videos I make. So if you have any suggestions, I won't reveal your name if you're scared. Send me an email and I'll freaking look at the video or I'll look up the channel and take a dump on them. Solving the money problem. That guy is a cocky idiot. I freaking hate him. He's like one of the worst ones. Oh, Tesla. I will. I'll check him out. Turner. I love Jay Naughty. He's a really naughty boy. I think Turner has a crush on you, Jay.
Hey, if Turner's
I can understand why. I can understand.
If Turner's a hot female, I'm in.
Arthur, the charts are all that matters. I made 20% in one day. Obviously, I mean, long-term investing is for chumps. You should do a video on Alpha Stats. They are pumping dumpers. I will. I totally will.
AMC.
Dude. Who still is into this AMC thing? It's so freaking old and stupid. Like, what's the deal?
I got to do a video on Abe Father. How lame is this almost elderly man? Like, that's my problem with stealth wealth investing. I'm like, you are a 50, almost 60-year-old man who is making videos for Gen Zers, young Gen Zers. What's the deal with Tesla?
Like, dude, they're freaking like Abe Father was in a store and he was like screaming, "Buy AMC, buy AMC!" It's like, dude, shut the hell up. What are you, like 50 years old, screaming like a stupid kid? Maybe you guys are old and stupid. Carl, how could you say that? I'm 32. Am I old? I'm almost 32. Am I old?
I am old.
Yeah, Jay's an old piece of crap, but just kidding. GME and coping bag holders. No, it's going to short squeeze any day now. You just got to keep paying Matt Corzo's super chats.
JMac Investing.
Let me subscribe to them. I have like all these stupid YouTube channels on my. It's just annoying because I have to see all their freaking video thumbnails. JMac Investing. He looks dumb.
Bro, there is an ungodly amount of YouTubers that are making stock predictions on analyst estimate.
There's just one. That's how you do it. Don't do your own research. Just trust
dude, I don't have the heart to tell this guy because he's not selling courses, but he goes through, it's called 40 Finance. And he goes through and he'll read like the analyst expert. He was one of the reasons why I did Zillow. Because I was like, what are you retards looking at?
Dude, analysts are dumb. Like, Paul's right. They're really freaking stupid. You think they'd be like these finance geniuses, but me and you seem to have more reasonable assumptions than a lot of these people. What chance do they have of AMC hitting 1K? Oh, 100%, bro. I think you guys should sell all your VT and just go all in on AMC.
If you really think about it, AMC is kind of like a total world ETF.
They have movie theaters all over the world, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, maybe. So you might as well just buy AMC. You basically own the world.
Jesus, we're getting a lot. Jack Spencer investing.
Oh, yeah, I just added him too. Jesus, I have all these idiots on my YouTube now. Jack Spencer. I'm sure he's a genius. He sounds like one. I thought you were talking about, is Joseph Carlson the guy with the bow tie? I think there's this guy who he's like a CFA and he has a bow tie.
Yeah, that dude. Hey, welcome to the bow tie nation. I'm like, I think that dude's really, doesn't he say he's a certified professional CPA?
He's a CF, a certified financial analyst. So he's supposed to be like way better than us at stock analysis, because that's where you really learn how to do stock analysis. I'm a freaking accountant. I'm not a stock analyzer.
But I mean, why does that guy push penny stocks then? And he pushes speculative garbage. Like, I would be really curious.
Do you really?
Joseph, I would be really curious. That dude might in fact know more than me, but then that would just make it worse if I got into a debate with him, which would make me end up burying him. I'd be like, we started talking, I'd be like, okay, explain to me what that is. All right, well, I'm looking at the numbers here, and most of the stocks you talk about are hot garbage. I've looked at some of the stocks that guy has recommended, and it's like diluting the shareholder. Their free cash flow is flat for the past decade. They're trading at a high PE ratio. And I'm like, what are you looking at?
I have no faith in analysts. I don't believe them at all. You have to learn how to understand financial statements and then use reasonable assumptions and do your own freaking research. I mean, it's true, because you can't really trust any of these freaking clowns. That's not Joseph Carlson, is it?
Okay.
No.
Well, we got corrected. I don't know how half of these YouTubers are. I watch Investing Sucks, I watch Chris's videos, and I watch Everything Money and Sven Carlin, and that's it. And I'll watch interviews with Warren Buffett and stuff like that. But other than that, it's like, and I watch Cameron Stewart sometime, but I'm beginning to lose faith in that guy, because he said FedEx is going to come out to be about a 10% internal return over the next 10 years. And I'm like, you are wrong.
Wrong, mother effer. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many grifters on YouTube. I feel like eventually the government is going to step in, and I think personal finance YouTube is going to go away in the long run, which is sad for me and Jay, but whatever.
I don't know, man. Maybe YouTube will ban it, but I don't know. The government may step in, but what are they going to say to you and I? Well, you can't give advice. Okay, but why? Well, because
we're not licensed. We're not licensed.
Okay. And they could say that, but I'm like, I would say, so I can't give my opinion, which is an actual fact, that the average investor is best served by maxing their tax advantage accounts in low cost index funds.
Well, I mean, you may have a point, but the thing is, YouTube might be like, well, we don't care. We're not going to take the risk of us being like party to a government lawsuit if we're hosting. Yeah, I'm not saying that's going to happen anytime soon. It's a possibility.
I really do think something will happen in the next market downturn, because this is what I believe. I believe the Fed can pump as much liquidity into the market as they want, but at a certain point, what it comes down to is people will look at Tesla not meeting the hype. It can't live up to the hype. Even if it remains a great company and it does excellent going forward, it can't live up to the hype that it's generated. At that point, these people don't have the stomach like you and I do to say, okay, well, I'm sitting on my baba. I ran the numbers. I'm confident that it'll be somewhere. Maybe maybe it'll get delisted. Maybe it won't. I didn't devote that much of my portfolio to it. But when you start to see these guys with 20% of their portfolio in Tesla, and Tesla's not doing anything for 3 years straight.
Solving the money problem, he has I think it's 95% of his portfolio.
Warren Redblick is a 60-something-year-old man, and he has 85% of his portfolio. You're done at that point. I hope you're making good money on YouTube.
He is. Trust me. The YouTube, for personal finance, they pay pretty well. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm a small YouTuber, and I got $4 or $5 a day over the last couple of days just from 100 people watching a video. It's me, Kevin, must be making millions. All these clowns.
If you guys haven't, go subscribe to me. I need to make $5 a day.
Subscribe today.
For $5 a day, you could keep this former hero, airman that served in Iraq. You could keep him in drinking delicious Miller Lite every night.
That's our long-term goal, is just so we can afford to be alcoholics. That's why we want to have a big YouTube channel.
Well, I'm going to tell you that right now. As soon as I leave the government system, there's going to be some Planet 13 in my future, although not buying it at Planet 13.
Yeah, if you start pumping Planet 13, we're done. I mean, you could go to the store and buy stuff, but
I would go there, honestly. I would maybe buy something just as okay, I bought it, but everything's overhyped and overexpensive in there. I don't need some dude. If you're buying weed, the average weed smoker doesn't want some dude in a tie going, bro, and this was grown in the most smokiest of Mexican cartel soil, and it's going to give you this time. It's 80% sativa, 20% indica. And giving me the history, I'm going to look at him and be like, dude, I just want to get high. I want to get high.
You're lower class, Jay. You're not at Jeremy's level. He needs the fine experience because he's above you. He's a famous YouTuber. All right, let's do some comments. And then I'm going to go because I got to freaking piss.
Also, once I become a famous YouTuber, finance YouTuber, I can also become a gun YouTuber and shoot guns at the range. This is a whole circle, and I can share my stand-up comedy.
Actually, I'm going to go piss now, then we'll finish comments, and then we'll head out. You can keep talking.
Andre Jeekoff to meet Spin Kevin. Oh, appreciate it, Singularity. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing and thanking me for my service. That's I got a good bid on that. Why you don't need to thank me for my service, and I should honestly be thanking you for my service. The research most people do is listen to clowns on YouTube, and analysts makes you think how much percent. Yeah, that's what it was with real number. Yeah, I'd agree. It's probably maybe I'll do a video that just explains. I'll do it in my Smith & Wesson video. I'm going to explain how to set up your own little discounted cash flow, and it's really easy. And this can just look, honestly, here's for you guys that you're thinking about buying a stock. Just run your gram number. And if it's not in the remote vicinity of your gram number, just walk away. And also, you can assess a stock's value pretty well by just going and looking at the cash flows, right? And then looking at the PE ratio. So if you're looking at a great company with increasing cash flows and it has a PE ratio of about 11, you're looking somewhere between a 15 to 20% return if that continues. So, I mean, it is honestly, if they said, what do you look for in a stock? Go, I read the 10K. I make sure it's not diluting the shareholder. I make sure its cash flows are increasing. I just project what it's going to grow at from past growth. And I look at the PE ratio. I'd be like, you got yourself a solid system there. That's how easy it is.
And that's boring. Growth stocks, future.
Well, dude, what do you mean Amazon might not be a buy? 57 PE ratio. Okay. You didn't do your due diligence. Exactly. Like Paul said.
If it's a large company and has a high PE ratio, just be careful. That's all we're going to say there. All right, let's finish these comments. Joseph Carlson holds dividend and growth stocks. Let me guess, not in an IRA. Yeah, I'm going to take a dump on him. He's a freaking moron.
I'm going to take a dump on him too.
Jack Spencer was huge on Workhorse. I think he has CEO in his channel. That's just gross.
Oh, bro.
What?
What if we could get one of these CEOs on our channel? And
I don't think we're big enough even to attract like a CEO. I don't think we're big enough.
Bro. What if we could get like the Lucid Motors guy on there and just start ripping him apart on the balance sheets? like just letting him talk like, oh yeah. But we went ahead and looked at your company's financials, and it turns out that you think you're going to be able to produce a working car till 2022?
Can you explain these negative and growing operating cash flows? Carlson just react to his video on Snowflake. Yeah, I want to take a dump on him. If he has people that have dividends and a taxable account, like huge dividend portfolios, they just piss me off. I think they should keep personal finance education videos, but ban stocks to buy now. I agree. I totally agree.
I think that would be a fair, and I think you should be able to keep it if the guy's doing like a discounted cash flow. I mean, I don't know. It gets complicated. I'm like, why are you listening? Like, all you would have to do to understand that Jeremy is full of excrement is read the little book that beats the market. That's it. 3 hours of your time, you would be like, this guy's a moron. And in 3 hours of your time, you would honestly be better at investing than 95% of all people that ever lived just by maxing your tax-advantaged accounts and index funds.
Yeah, that's why this comment right here, most people do, they just listen to YouTube and analysts who does real numbers. Yeah, probably, I would say a couple percent. That's why it's better to do an index fund, because the vast majority of people don't do any freaking research, okay? You might think you are, but you're not. So just buy an index fund and shut up. That's my opinion for all the people out there. I am subscribed to both of you guys as my form of support. Also, thank you for your service. Thank you. Veterans Day. You guys better buy me some beer. Andre Jeekoff to meet Spit Kevin.
I thought that comment was hilarious, dude.
Andre Jeekoff to meet Spin Kevin. Well, I don't understand. Is Andre Jeekoff cheeking off meet Spin?
Yeah, no, he's jeeking off 2 pictures of meat spin. Kevin.
Oh, he jeeks. Okay, he jeeks off. Okay, I was like, I don't understand the comment. Please, girls, see. We will. I want to bring in the Very Good Food Company CEO on here. I want to eat his food live, or she, whatever, and then just take a dump on it.
Get the Wolf of Wall Street stock, the joke that I didn't get like 3 times. Like, dude. We should do a joke video where we do, like, we get one of our friends on here. These people know about it, right? But it just says that Aerotime CEO on there.
That would be awesome. But we need to find him. I think Nate would be a good actor.
No, but I could probably Yeah, but the problem with the stand-up scene around here is it's like basically Nate and I are the only ones that know anything about finance. Like, we should have seen all these comedians talking about stocks they were buying outside of the comedy club one night before we went out. Somebody asked me about a stock, and I go, "You're a moron." That's what I said to him. I go, "You're a moron," and he was like, "What do you mean?" I forget what it was. I'm like, "You see this? Increasingly negative cash flows and share dilution. Your company is hot garbage."
That's boring. That's numbers. YOLO.
Yeah, it's
yeah. Anyway, so that's all the comments. Any last words, Jay? Subscribe to Jay Noggy. Subscribe to me.
I'm gonna do the Smith and Wesson video next.
Buy my $1,500 course to learn how to day trade, and then buy my $20,000 consulting course. Buy my book, Stop Being a Broke Loser.
I plug this thing more than you do.
Yeah, you're actually a better advertiser than I am. Appreciate the advice from you guys. I'm 19. I've been maxing my tax. Woo!
Oh, dude, you're gonna have so much money in retirement. Like we said this once before. Here's the power of compounding in time. You could invest from 18 to 30 if you maxed your tax advantaged account every year, your Roth IRA. Stop at 30 and you'll be a millionaire in your 60s.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true. If you're maxing them and you're that young, that's freaking nuts. You need to promote hype stocks. No, never.
I'll tell you, Carbs. I was doing joke YOLOing videos about certain companies, and I stopped because people were taking me serious. And I was making it abundantly clear the entire time that I was messing around, and still people believe me. And I'm like, I can't even clown like this anymore because like somebody out there is going to take me serious and buy one of these retarded stocks and lose money.
Yeah, it happened to me too with like the Dogecoin prediction tool. I was like, guys, this is a joke. How do you not see this? All right, last comment. You should react to Kathy Wood price target of 4,000. I'm so sick of Tesla. I'm done.
Yeah. We should be back next week. What's before you go? What's Eric's deal?
He's just really busy with or maybe he's just tired, or maybe he's just sick of us because we're losers. But no, he said he's like busy with life because I guess they just reopened. I don't know. I'm sure he'll come back on eventually.
There are too many people on the chat now. It will.
Yeah, dude. Eventually, it's going to get to the point. Like, if we have like 300 viewers, 400 or 500 viewers, and then it's just like, it's going to be freaking crazy.
Yeah, you can't do it. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they won't. YouTube won't ever monetize my rants.
I mean, as long as you don't cuss, they probably will.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like I said, my rant last night was, if you just avoid investing in technology you don't understand and you just use a working brain, anybody could have figured out that Elizabeth Holmes was a scam artist. Like, what are you saying? You have this revolutionary blood diagnosing tool. Let me do like 5 minutes of research. Oh, turns out that the technology you're talking about is impossible.
And plus, well, people are stupid. They'll just... All right, I'll make a video about that because I got to head out. But basically, I think options are gambling. And if you sell a call, you're obligated to sell stocks to somebody. So if they're naked calls, you have to basically buy the stock and then give it to the person if you're exercised. So it's risky unless they're covered. But even then, whatever. But I'll make a video about it.
Yeah, we'll go. But why do you want to do work on risky stuff? It's just work. You could be out doing other stuff, man. I don't know. I don't get it. It's like, here, throw this at my index fund, go to the beach, sit around doing covered calls.
It's for the thrill, Jay. For the thrill. Anyway, that's it. Like, subscribe to both of us. You guys have a wonderful, delicious
night.
night.
I'll see you guys. I'll talk to you during the week, dude.
Yep, later.
See ya.